first video of the week. Woo! So excited to do this with you all. Still really weird teaching to an empty room, but hey, we're going to do what we can, okay? So first skill we're going to work on is summarizing. When Mrs. Ecker asks you what a book is about, I want you to be able to give me a summary. Just a quick 5-sentence, you know me and my 5 sentences, 5-sentence summary about what's been going on in the book. I don't necessarily want you to retell it to me, meaning that for 5 minutes you're going to tell me about every single character, about everything that happened in the whole book. I just want a summary. What happened? Who is it about? Maybe there was a turn of events, and then how did it end? Okay, so there's a technique we called, and it's called somebody wanted, but so then. Mrs. Ecker, that sounds weird. Somebody wanted, but so then. It's when we make a summary of something, we use those words. Somebody wanted something, but something happened, so they did this, then the story ended, okay? So, somebody wanted, but so then. Let's think about Cinderella, right? Cinderella wanted to go to the ball, so Cinderella is the somebody, wanted to go to the ball, but her evil stepmother wouldn't allow her to go, so the fairy godmother showed up and used her magic to give her a dress. Then she met the prince and they fell in love. Somebody wanted, but so then. A lot of fairy tales. Remember, we did those last week. So let's do Little Red Riding Hood. Here's a cute little picture. Little Red Riding Hood, okay? The somebody is Little Red Riding Hood. What did she want? She wanted her granny to take her granny some treats. But that's like the big turn, okay? But what happened? But she met a wolf who tricked her by locking her granny up and pretending to be granny so he could eat her. So, right, somebody wanted, but so Little Red Riding Hood got away, got a woodcutter who was working nearby and killed the wolf. Then, at the end, Little Red Riding Hood saved her granny and they lived happily ever after, right? So every story has a somebody, wanted, but, so, then. So the somebody, who's the main character? I can show you my cool little signs here. Somebody, who is the main character in the story, right? Wanted. Tell who the main character is, what they wanted, or hope would happen. What did they want in the story? So somebody wanted something, but what was the problem that the main character that he had to face? So then how did the main character solve his or her problem, right? And then at the end, the then, what was the main character able to do? So the reason why we're doing this is that I want you guys to be able to write a summary of books when we ask for this, instead of saying, oh, Mrs. Ecker, there was this person, and then they did this and this and this, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's going to be short. Somebody wanted something, but that happened, so then, right? It's just going to be a nice clean paragraph so all of us are talking in the same language and the same terms when it comes to summarizing. So now I am going to read a story together and we are going to do the summarizing together. All right, so the first book we're going to read is The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes by Mark Pett. Half a point, so I'll put the quiz number down on the video and you'll be able to quiz on this when you're done. Yay! The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. For Beatrice Bottomwell, Friday began like any other day. Oh, we already know the somebody. What's her name? Beatrice Bottomwell. So there we go, somebody. She matched her socks, and of course she put her shoes on the proper feet. She remembered to feed her hamster Humbert and his favorite food, broccoli. And when she made a sandwich for her brother Carl's lunch, she used exactly the same amount of peanut butter as jelly. Oh, isn't she perfect, huh? When she stepped outside to greet her fans, she didn't forget to say good morning and thank you. They asked if she made her bed. She had. They asked if she forgot to do her math homework. Nope. What about tonight's talent show, they asked. I'm ready, said Beatrice with a smile. After all, her juggling act had won 3 years in a row. Most people in town didn't even know Beatrice's name. They just called her the girl who never makes mistakes, because for as long as anyone could remember, she never did. Unlike Beatrice, Carl made lots of mistakes. He ate his crayons and drew with his green beans. He danced with his hands and played the piano with his feet. Carl loved to make mistakes. At school, Beatrice was on the cooking team with her two best friends, Millie and Sarah. To make their giant rhubarb muffins, they needed 4 eggs. Beatrice went to the refrigerator and carefully chose the biggest, eggiest eggs she could find. But on the way back, her legs slipped out from under her, and the eggs went flying. Beatrice was about to make her first mistake. But she didn't. That was close, thought Beatrice. Sorry, Beatrice, I dropped a piece of rhubarb. Get it, she's got an egg in her mouth, that's funny. For the rest of the school day, Beatrice could not stop thinking about her almost mistake. On her way home from school, Beatrice watched Millie and Sarah ice skating in the park. Come join us, said Millie. It is fun, said Sarah. Beatrice watched them slip and slide on the frozen pond. Millie and Sarah laughed as they wobbled on the ice. No thanks, said Beatrice. At supper, Beatrice barely touched her food. Is everything all right, kiddo? Asked her father. I'm worried I'll mess up tonight, said Beatrice, and everyone will be watching. Worry? You don't make mistakes, he said with a smile. Beatrice tried to smile, too. So we have somebody, right? That's Beatrice. What did she want? She wanted to be perfect. She didn't want to make any mistakes. Now for the but. At supper, Beatrice got ready for the talent show. First, she woke Humbert up from his nap. Next, she got the salt shaker from the kitchen table. Finally, she filled a balloon with water. The school auditorium was packed. Beatrice felt her stomach jumping around inside her. Beatrice waited for her juggling music to begin. That's her, the girl who never makes mistakes, said a woman. Oh, we know she'll be perfect, said the man. When the music started, she tossed Humbert into the air. Next, she added the salt shaker, and finally, the water balloon. Beatrice didn't miss a beat. The crowd clapped with delight, but Beatrice noted something about the salt shaker. The specks falling out of it were not white. Achoo! Humbert was so surprised by his sneeze that he grabbed the water balloons with his paw. Kapooey! Humbert, pieces of water balloon, and pepper rained down on Beatrice. For the first time in as long as anyone could remember, Beatrice made a mistake. And it was a big one. So, Beatrice wanted to be perfect, never make mistakes, but something happened at the talent show. She made a mistake. The music stopped. Beatrice didn't know what to do. Cry? Run off stage? The crowd sat stunned. They couldn't believe that the girl who never makes mistakes made a mistake. Beatrice looked up at Humbert. He looked back at her. His hamster fur was soaked and speckled in his bits of balloon. Beatrice let out a giggle. The giggle grew into a chuckle, and the chuckle became a laugh. The people in the crowd looked at each other and then back at Beatrice. They began to giggle, then chuckle, then finally roar with laughter. Beatrice and the audience laughed until they couldn't remember why they were laughing. That night, Beatrice slept better than she ever had before. In the morning, no fans greeted Beatrice. Then she got dressed. Beatrice, for no reason at all, put a polka dot sock on the foot and a plaid sock on the other. Beatrice and Carl made sandwiches. This time they put the peanut butter and jelly on the outside. They called it an inside-out PB&J. Lunch was messy and delicious. Later, Beatrice found Millie and Sarah skating at the park. They fell a lot and laughed. Now, people no longer called her girl who never made mistakes. They just called her Beatrice. So, Beatrice, she wanted to be perfect and never make mistakes. But at the talent show, something happened and it made her have a mistake. So she realized that people do make mistakes and that's okay. And then how does the story end? And she ends up happier because she was actually a person who made a mistake. So next part of this video is we'll fill in our organizer together. Okay guys, we read the story together, we talked a little bit about it, but now we're going to fill in the organizer together. In your book box, it would have been the pink sheet, looks like this. So we're going to fill in our somebody wanted, but so then. This is going to be a good practice because tomorrow for your assignment, you're going to do one by yourself, and then Wednesday we're going to do another one. So we're really going to work on these organizing, on summarizing the story. So remember we read The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. We're going to fill in this, which I'll show you. I'm actually going to share it for you on my screen so then you can fill in yours the same time that I can. So I am going to present my screen to you. This is Zachary being all sorts of techie here. And now you can see mine right here. So here it is, my screen's right here. It looks like your worksheet. You see I put my name on it already. I was kind of filling it in already. So we'll delete these and we will go through this together. You will write your answers along with me. So if we remember from this book, the main character, her name was Beatrice. So she was the somebody. She was the somebody in the story that we would summarize about. She wanted something, right? If we remember Beatrice, she never made mistakes. She always remembered to clean her room, feed her dog. She was nearly perfect. So what did she want? She always wanted to be perfect. So on your pink sheet, I would like you to write the same thing as me. She always wanted to be perfect. That's what she wanted. And then kind of my favorite part of the summary, but something happened, right? The books usually, it would be kind of boring if it just, oh, that's it, that's all it was. There was kind of a turning point, right? But something happened. Remember with Beatrice, the eggs and everything went crazy at the talent show, right? Because the mouse sneezed. But something went wrong for her at the talent show. That was big for her. Usually, oh, Mrs. Zachary, you forgot a period up here. Usually things didn't go wrong for her, so that was a big turning point. Always remember that the butt of the story is when something usually goes wrong, okay? So what happened? Well, so she realized that people make mistakes. She learned a lesson from this, right? She learned that, you know, it's okay that people make mistakes. So that was the big so of the story. And then the end, and remember guys, you're copying exactly what I write on your graphic organizer. We're going through this together. Then what happened? She was happy knowing that it was okay to not be perfect. Right? That was kind of the end. In the beginning, she just knew she always had to be perfect. And then she came to find out that, you know what? It's okay. It's okay if we make mistakes. So you fill that in together. Make sure you can go back and fix it if you need. If I went too fast, because remember, this is a YouTube video, so you can always stop and add when you're done.